Question is, what's something you are proud of overcoming? Yeah, what's overcoming? Overcoming means like that ki like things will you get will it didn't really get right now, but it will get. Okay, yeah, and you are like a pretty much sure about this will gonna happen, and you are really proud for that. And what is exactly is this thing? What exactly is this thing? All right, yeah. Proud for overcoming. No, sorry. Wait. I'm just completely wrong regarding about overcoming word. Overcoming means like that ki usually I accomplish. Okay, proud of accomplish, not overcoming. Sorry, the word is kind of like a something really ununderstandable, probably. Yeah, but right now I just understand what is actually overcoming. Overcoming means like that ki I achieve that thing. Like what is actually something that you are proud of achieving that thing. Okay, what exactly is this thing? Okay, but usually why don't they use achieve? They use overcome. What exactly is this thing? Okay, the understanding, from point of understanding, achieving and overcoming is a kind of like a something similar, but both the word used for different contexts. Example, if I say I achieve particular thing, example is this thing that ki I achieve million subscriber on YouTube platform. Okay, or like I achieve promotion this year in my job, something like that. Okay, so usually achieve means something that you could say or you could seen. Okay, like a millions of subscriber or promotion of your job and things like that. Overcoming means like that ki improve yourself, or like a basically is this thing ki I overcome the meditation things. Like basically before that I was not really doing that much meditation, but right now I understand the ultra skill level of meditation. Or like a basically is this thing fear of failure. Okay, yeah, like basically I overcome the fear of failure means like that yeah, I have kind of like a something fear of failure, but I just completely just like destroy that thing, and right now I'm not really fear of failure and things like that. So this is called kind of like a something overcoming and achieving is a kind of like a something exact same thing, but context is bit something different. All right, do you get it? All right, yeah. So what is exactly that I am proud of overcoming? And usually overcoming it means like that ki usually some of the things that like happen in your mental cycle, like a fear of failure or something like that. All right, yeah. So there are a couple of things are here. Okay, fear of failure, mindset shift, taking action, building resilience. Okay, yeah. So do I kind of like something proud of fear of failure? Okay, yeah. Like sorry, do I kind of like something proud of overcoming fear of failure? Do I have, first of all, ask this question to myself, do I have fear of failure? Like am I kind of like a fear of failure? Like am I bitterly scared of failure, or am I kind of like a scared or not with the failure? I am not. Okay, I was kind of like a some fear. Like if you ask me this question that ki if I'm bitterly scared of failure, that should I say yes or no? So I might gonna say yes couple of year ago, but right now I am not really scared of failure. Okay, yeah. Why? Because I fail a lot in my entire lifetime. A lot. Okay, yeah. So basically, is this thing na ki I am literally used to with being a failure. Okay, yeah. So I am not like basically if I'm literally failure at this moment, I would say yeah, okay, I'm failure. It's literally common for me. Okay, yeah, because I fail so many time in my entire life, so it became kind of like something very just kind of like a common. Okay, it's nothing really that much special for me. Okay, yeah. So at this moment, am I fear of failure? No, nothing really at all. What makes it that you are not really fear of failure? Like maybe like there are so many things worse thing gonna happen, like your career point of view, or might be something like something so much worse thing happened, like maybe your parents will die or something like that. So what will gonna do? Okay, yeah, like you are not really scared of anything at all. Well, okay, yeah, let me tell you one thing. Okay, yeah, I do scared of some certain thing. Okay, example is this thing that's, yeah, example like yeah, just example is this thing that ki, like suddenly my parents had an accident and suddenly they died. And yeah, it's a bit really scared thing for me, yeah. Or maybe someone really close or something really like so much worse thing will gonna happen. Okay, yeah, but I usually consider that ki hope for the best and prepare for the worst. Okay, yeah, like basically like I'm hoping for good thing happen for me, but I'm literally prepared for worst thing will gonna happen. Okay, yeah, and in that particular worst thing, fear of failure is also really included in this thing. Failure is also included in this thing too. Okay, so probably is this thing, am I literally scared of failure? I am not. Okay, yeah, I am not. Basically there are a couple of factor are kind of like a helping me to not to fear of failure is because of first thing is bitterly common. Another thing is that ki I believe in myself that ki I'm gonna do kind of like a something very crazy in my life. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna achieve something really very incredible thing in my life, and I just started believing in myself, and that belief became so strong, so strong that it doesn't break. I don't know, it's not gonna break, I don't know. Yeah, maybe just like that, like even if I had an accident or even if I'm kind of like a went to the coma or something like that, or I just wake up after the coma after 2 year and then I started doing this thing, I still have that kind of like a mentality that ki nahi, yeah, like I just have to do this thing even if I'm failed till the age of 50, 60, I just still kind of like a try to achieve the things. Because right now the kind of like a something the uh something my mindset is kind of like a something change that key I just wanted to achieve this and achieve that, and it became kind of like a something very just so strong. Okay, yeah, so being fear of failure is a kind of like a something is this thing that key I overcome that. It's something that key non-existence at this moment. Okay, but by the way, failure comes with a very different shape and sizes. Okay, yeah, and I shouldn't supposed to be say that ki I might not gonna fear of failure, nothing really at all. There is some sort of fears, there is some sort of scary things. It comes with the different shapes and size and situation and things like that. It and like basically worst thing will happen that you might not gonna imagine. Okay, yeah, so there is a lot of thing. Okay, yeah, but still I hope for the best and prepare for the worst, that's thing. Okay, probably. So at this moment I might gonna say I overcome the fear of failure, and I'm bitterly proud for that. Okay, yeah, mindset shift. Oh, that is a really good thing. Okay, what is actually mindset shift? Over a time I realized a failure isn't the end and it's stepping stone to growth. Instead of seeing or at something over, I started viewing as a chance to learn and improve. Okay, yeah, a mindset shift. What exactly is this thing? Mindset shift means like that ki like you are like shifting your mind to something else. Okay, yeah, what is actually the shifting your mind? Okay, yeah, okay, it's a very hard to understand, but it's not really that. Okay, yeah, you just have to dig inside of you. First of all is that ki um there is a girl who is kind of like a something forcing her father to buy her toffee or buy this Cadbury or something like that. Okay, yeah, the father won't let buy this kind of like a Cadbury or chocolate to the doctor because of that ki like a chocolate is not really good for the kids, and yeah, but basically daughter is want that particular chocolate. She was literally kind of like angry, she was crying and something like that. Okay, yeah, so we are looking from two different point of perspective. From daughter point of perspective, I want that chocolate and I want to eat that chocolate. That's it, because it's taste good, it like good, it is something really good. Okay, yeah. And from my father point of perspective, eating that chocolate it might not gonna good because it kind of like a something it it create cavities in the things and something like that. Okay, whatever it is. Okay, yeah. So we are kind of like a looking at different point of perspective at the same location. Okay, at the same scenario. That is called mind shift. Means like that you are shifting your mind to somewhere else and looking at the problem from that point of perspective. Okay, yeah. Example, if you have kind of like a simply fighting with your significant other, with your girlfriend and boyfriend, whatever it is. Okay, yeah. Shift your mindset, think about from her point of perspective or his point of perspective, and look at the problem. You seen kind of like a something very different world. Yeah, definitely you really required kind of like a simply information to see the world from their point of perspective, means information. Okay, yeah. So it is really essential to shift the mindset, look at from other point of perspective what is exactly the problem, and problem sees very differently. Example, is this thing that ki I'm gonna say कि government is actually kind of like a giving couple of thousands of rupees for the below poverty level people. Okay, yeah, is kind of like a something good or not. Okay, I'm kind of like a somebody thinking about from my point of perspective. What is my perspective? Is this thing that ki if kind of like a something government is actually giving some certain money to the poor people, then probably poor people will always rely on the money from the government, and basically they won't be able to do any kind of like a simply work for improving their craft and things like that. They won't do because they're always gonna rely, and in the end the economy will kind of like a something stuck. Okay, instead of that, government should supposed to be provide a rozgar, a kind of like a something like the something like work, so that they would kind of like a do the work, they improve their craft. In behalf of that, they will kind of provide their work and they will earn some sort of money. And when this thing happened, government is kind of like a getting work from the poor people, and as well as they are also providing some sort of money to them too, which is also really great. Okay, yeah, this is my point of perspective. Okay, yeah. Now look at from the poor point of perspective, like if I'm being really poor person and government is actually giving me some sort of money, then what would be my point of perspective? I'm going to say that ki like basically government is actually providing me some sort of money without any effort and things like that. I would gonna accept this thing. Okay, that's it. I would gonna accept this thing and that's it. I never really gonna worry about going to the job and things like that. No, because government is actually providing some sort of fund for in my bank account. That's it. I don't have to do any kind of like a work at all. Yeah, this is my point of perspective, and I'm literally okay with this thing. Okay, I don't really care about like a rozgar and basically is this thing, because I'm, yeah, like I'm getting like I'm kind of like a working for money. I'm getting money and that's it. Okay, yeah. Now look at from the kind of like a simply politician point of perspective, a government point of perspective. Why government is actually giving money? Because of that key, if I'm kind of like a, I am the government, and if I'm kind of like a giving the money to the poor people, then basically poor people will actually consider me as a masiha or god or something like that. And when the election came, they will kind of like a provide a vote for me so that I would win. Okay, yeah. So so basically I have to give the money because I have a lot of money because I'm the government. Okay, yeah. So this is what kind of like something very different point of perspective. Okay, my point of perspective, poor point of perspective, a government point of perspective. That is called kind of like a shifting your mind, shifting your kind of like a something mindset, or looking at the problem from different angle. Okay, yeah. And that this is what kind of like a something happened, because you have a lot of information regarding about stuff, regarding about problem, regarding about stuff and stuff like that. Okay, yeah. So this is really essential. So basically is this thing mind shift is a kind of like a something really good. Okay, yeah. But still I might not understand the meaning of the mind shift, because the meaning are here are over the time I realize failure isn't the end and it's stepping stone of to growth. Instead of seeing at some time to avoid, I started viewing as a chance to learn. Might be I'm not really understand the mindset shift. Okay, yeah, because mindset shift is a kind of like a something very good thing, and it shouldn't supposed to be like a overcome or proud. Like am I proud for that kind of like a something thinking from different from point of perspective? Yeah, I am, but I'm not really sure. Maybe this point I might not understand at the moment. Yeah, maybe. Yes. Then another point is a taking action. What is really taking action? I began pursue myself to take a small consistent step towards the challenging, even it felt uncomfortable, whether it it was learning a new skill, stepping out of my comfort zone. Yeah, embrace new process. So that is really good thing. Okay, yeah. Did I overcome the did I overcome taking action? What's the taking action? Taking action means like that ki whatever the thing that you are thinking that you want it to be, you are implementing action towards that. You are kind of like a implement, like you are taking action into that. Okay, what is, okay, if you don't really understand example, okay, yeah, you want it, you love cooking, you wanted to become chef. Right now you are engineer, okay, yeah, but your ultimate goal to become a chef, what would you do? What kind of like some stuff that you should supposed to do? Okay, yeah, I know cooking and I like cook really well. Okay, yeah, but I wanted to be chef, but right now I am an engineer, so what would I supposed to do? Okay, yeah, what kind of like action should I supposed to do? First of all is that ki you are bitterly sure about you wanted to be chef. First of all, like ask this question to yourself, why you wanted to be chef, why you kind of like assembly is this thing, why? Okay, yeah, okay, if you are doing engineer, what kind of like a stuff, what kind of like some action that you do? Okay, yeah, first action is that ki direct means like that, drop everything, go like took the admission at the home science and do the course. And in that home science they are talking about the like in the home science they are talking about kind of like a something maintenance, then basically presentation, the hotel and everything, and as also chef is also including this thing too. Okay, it's a kind of like a something the hotel science thing, it's a home science kind of like a something course, I'm not really sure, but these are kind of like a something is this course is actually available for the people who wanted to be work as a kind of like a something in the hotel, in the management, in the kind of like a something handling some sort of big management. Okay, yeah, or presentation like a hotel presentation, something like that. Chef is also kind of like a something in part of that, doing home science. I don't know, yeah, but maybe is this thing. Okay, yeah, so this is the first thing is that you go directly like a drop everything, drop engineering college, drop everything, went to the home science, took the admission and started doing this thing. Simultaneously you do your chef and started working on the any kind of like assembly hotel and gain the experience, and someday you will become the chef. Okay, this is the kind of like assembly direct went. But like if you take this direct action, this might gonna impact a lot to you, to the people and to surrounding everything. Because let me tell you one thing, as I mentioned, you are the engineer. Okay, so dropping a school means like that kids, dropping the college means like that, it's a lot of thing, dude. Okay, dropping that particular college means like that ki like you have to ask your parents and things and basically ask to the college and something like that. Okay, yeah, like it's a lot of thing hassle na, and as also if you went to the home science, might be you will not gonna get admission that well. It's a lot of trouble situation. Okay, yeah, what should you supposed to do? I'm going to give you kind of like a something, couple of steps, couple of action. First of all is that ask this question to yourself, why do you want to be a chef? You have to be really sure to yourself that he why you want it to be like a, yeah, this is really essential. Okay, yeah, if you are know that you really want to be a chef. Okay, right now you are doing engineer, so what would you supposed to do? Okay, yeah, first of all talk to your parents. Important thing is that ki parents are actually providing some sort of money to your education, this college and stuff like that. Talk to your parents, say that thing ki father, I wanted to be this, I wanted to do this that. But in that particular situation parents might not gonna approve or agree to the kind of like a somebody being a chef or something like that. Why? Because usually I'm talking about the Indian point of perspective. Okay, Indian people point of perspective. Okay, yeah, engineer is a kind of like a somebody bit higher than chef. Okay, yeah, but like in reality this might be completely different. Okay, because chef is kind of like a something much bigger or equivalent to the engineer or something like that. Okay, but in Indian point of perspective, being a particular chef is a kind of like a something considered as a lower income job, something like that. Okay, yeah, so might be your parents might not gonna agree with this kind of like a something, the chef and things like that. Okay, yeah, and as also what kind of like a something proof that you have that you gonna say that "Ki, I wanted to be chef." Okay, yeah, it's nothing really at all na. So probably is this thing, what should you supposed to do? First of all ask yourself, you have to be believe in yourself that ki you are wanted to be a chef. Okay, another thing is that ki do not drop the college. Okay, whatever the year that they have, maybe like a first, second year, third year, or maybe like a fourth year. Okay, let's say you are in third year and you have 1 year of left to complete your engineering college. Okay, so complete the engineering college. Okay, yeah. During this, like, I'm not gonna ask you to kind of like assembly complete in the very high mark extension, nothing really at all. Just pass the exam and be kind of like assembly, get the kind of like assembly the exam done. That's it. Okay, yeah. Do the graduation. Okay, yeah. Important things, do the graduation. Okay, yeah. In during this process, you still have bit really craving regarding about the chef and things like that. Like a basically make the video regarding about cooking and things like that, be a kind of like a idli vagera. Okay, and just kind of like a record that particular video, upload that video on the YouTube platform. Okay, do that thing. Okay, which kind of like a simply help you will get the kind of like a simply appreciation from the people. Okay, as also is this thing, college always really required kind of like a simply people who are doing kind of like a really well in chef and something like that. If you are in engineering college, okay, yeah, so basically is this thing, every event has really required some sort of like a catering thing. Okay, and usually college are kind of like a giving that contract to the catering business. Okay, yeah. So what should you supposed to do is that key, you kind of like a provide some sort of dish to the college, to the to vice chairman or vice principal, say that ki, this is the kind of like a stuff I do. Okay, yeah. So if you give me the contract that I might gonna kind of like a cater the entire thing, or maybe kind of like a simply if you catering some sort of one, then I want it to be assist to that particular catering business. And they would say, yeah, definitely you could do that, you are the part of the student, things like that. So yeah, you could do that. Okay, yeah. Make sure that at least you have to complete your engineering thing. Okay, yeah. In this particular situation, you have kind of like a complete your engineering thing. You do have kind of like a couple of videos on the YouTube platform, and you have little bit appreciation from your college and the people are and student around you. Okay, the friends and everything, because they say that ki, you are really good chef. Okay, yeah. Now what should you supposed to do is that ki, talk to your parents. Okay, yeah. If they are agree or approve, that is okay. If they are not, then like basically mostly parents are kind of like somebody approving this thing particular process, because mostly parents are okay, like they say you wanted to be chef, do your chef because you've done your engineering na. So that's it. Okay, yeah, you will get a job in the future, but right now you done your engineering, that's fine. Okay, so mostly the parents are kind of like somebody say that ki, ha, like go to the chef, take the admission at the home science. Okay, yeah. If the parents don't really approve in this thing, like still the parents are bit really strict with this kind of like a engineering thing, then you have to be take kind of like some very serious choices. Okay, yeah. Because basically this thing ki, I don't know, at that moment if your parents are kind of like somebody saying this thing that you still wanted to be focused on engineering, then I don't know, yeah. But you have to take kind of like somebody very serious action regarding about your life and things like that. And I might not gonna suggest you anything regarding about that, but you have to think about yourself. Okay, because this is the kind of like a suddenly turning moment in your life. And yeah, okay, yeah, because I might not understand what kind of like a something like the gravity that you have with yourself, with your career and your relation with your parents and things like that, and how important for them to be as a son of their as an engineer or things like that. You have to understand from every point of perspective and take the action. Okay, but mostly almost like a 90% of the parents are allow their child to be kind of like a somebody do their as an interest, and the child has an interest of being a chef. So yeah, now you done your kind of like some engineering and stuff like that, you do have kind of like a YouTube video, couple of YouTube videos and appreciation from the people, then go to the home science. Okay, yeah, started doing this thing in the home science. You will know everything regarding about not only the how to make the dish, but as also how to clean the dish, how to work at the kitchen, how handle the multiple order at the same time, what kind of like a oil that you use, what kind of like a some knife that you use, what kind of like a some cutting process that you use. Okay, yeah, because in like a being basically is this thing, making a good quality of food is a kind of like only one thing, but serving food to the multiple people is another thing, because in the hotel there are multiple order at the same time, and as a chef have to work really fast in the particular process. And not only it that dish has to be look good, but as also it tastes good too. So basically you have to do multiple things. So multiple tasks is really essential. You learn all those things in the home science, and then you started doing kind of like a something like internship in a hotel, and then slowly you will become a chef. Okay, yeah. So this is what kind of like a something like the something like what I'm trying to talking about. I was talking about the mind shift, na? No, sorry, I'm talking about the taking action. Yeah. So this is kind of like a some way that you take the action regarding about the things that you want it to be. Okay, yeah. And kind of like a somebody take the kind of like a tiny steps. Okay, not kind of like a somebody with just big step, just take the tiny steps. Okay, yeah. Like being a YouTuber or being kind of like a somebody anything, just take the tiny steps, work towards that, and yeah. So question do I ask to myself that am I overcoming the, am I proud that overcoming this taking action? Yeah, I am. Okay, yeah. Let me tell you one thing. My ground reality. Um, I am kind of like a somebody content creator. Should I say YouTuber? Okay, I'm not really sure, but I'm not really earning any money from the YouTube, by the way. But I am kind of like a creating content every day. Okay, yeah. My kind of like simply everyday task is that I have to upload one vertical video every single day, two vertical video every single day. That I'm doing it at right now. I have almost like a 1,300 subscriber in the YouTube, in the Instagram platform, like a 6,000 followers, 7,000 follower. And I'm kind of like a something hoping that things will gonna happen, something good, something really good, and someday I will gonna earn money from it. But right now I just have to make the content as much as possible as I can, and I'm doing it that. Okay, yeah. So basically I'm kind of like a taking a tiny steps every single day to achieve the things that I want. Okay, and that tiny step called action, and that I'm kind of like a taking the action every single day. So yeah, I'm kind of like somebody overcoming that kind of like a thing, kind of like overcoming the I'm proud of overcoming these taking action things, because I did that thing. Because like years of ago, like a couple of year ago, this kind of like a stuff that I was like a bit really kind of like a procrastinator with this thing, but I'm doing it that. Okay, yeah. Building resilience. What is the resilience? With every little wins, I grow stronger and more confident. Now I'm proud of how I am turned out to be. Use feels like weakness into the source of strength. Okay, yeah. So what is actually the resilience? Probably at this moment I'm not really understand the meaning of the resilience. Okay, it's kind of like some alien concept from me. Like I do understand regarding about this, but the description that they mention over here is a kind of like something very different that I thought. So yeah, so these are kind of like a things that I am bitterly proud of overcoming: fear of failure, mindset shift, and taking action. All right, yeah. All right, so this is then I should supposed to end here, and thank you.